Hi, I can't wait to share with you my health and fitness journey from this to this, to this to this. Hi and welcome back to my channel, HFT by Jude Chua. It's so good to see all of you once again. So this video is a continuation of our video number 2. The last part of video number 2, I asked you to scribble down some numbers of your anthropometric measurements. So today we will be discussing and we will be dealing with those numbers. In line with that, those are the numbers that really motivated me to start this health and fitness journey. Okay, so from all the different anthropometric measurements that I asked you to scribble down last time, we will just be discussing two of those, our height and our weight. So some of you might be wondering, why do we need to deal with numbers, especially for those of us who are mathematically challenged? You see, before when I started this health and fitness journey, I just based everything on how I feel. So I feel like doing this, I feel like eating this, I feel like following this type of diet, I feel like I should do this type of exercise, and so on and so forth. So everything was just based on what I feel, or it's something subjective. But nothing really progressed when I did all those things. So I realized that what if I start to be objective? So meaning everything has to be measurable since our body is scientific. So I started checking out numbers. And our anthropometric measurements, which are numbers, are the one responsible for motivating me in becoming who and what I am now. Okay, so we'll start with our two anthropometric measurements. So if you can take them out, I will just be needing your height and your weight. So your weight should be in kilograms and your height should be in meters. So we will just be doing some simple mathematics. So we put our weight in kilograms on top and we divide it by our height in meters squared. So this formula is called our BMI, or our body mass index. So you might be wondering, what is body mass index? So we will start now with our mini lecture. So body mass index, or basically BMI, is an indicator whether one is underweight, normal weight, or overweight. So if you have your values with you, let's do the math. So write your weight and divide it by your height in meters squared. So you can scribble it down, you can use your calculators, you can use your cell phones, but if you want to train your brain, you can do it manually. Pen and paper, at least that will exercise your brain. At any rate, if you get the answer, take hold of that number so that you can check out what classification you belong to. Okay, so BMI has two charts, one for Caucasians and one for Asians. So this was done because Asians usually have smaller body frames compared to Caucasians, as you can see on the table. So there are also associated health risks given the classification you belong to. All right, are you done computing your BMI? Okay, so let's go. So the first classification is underweight. So if you're Caucasian or Asian and your BMI is below 18.5, then you are considered underweight. So again, I'll clarify. People's concern with health, as I've mentioned in the video okay and not okay, is on the extreme. So if you're underweight, you are not okay. If you are overweight, you are not okay. So underweight also is not an okay classification because there are also associated health risks. Okay, so the next classification will be normal weight. So this is where we all want to belong to, in this range. So if you're Caucasian and your value of BMI is 18.5 to 24.9, then good. If you're Asian, 18.5 to 22.9, then that is also good. So anything above that, we consider it overweight. So overweight, there are two classifications, pre-obese and obese. You can check it in the chart presented. Obese has three classifications. You have class 1, class 2, and class 3. Okay, so what are the different health risks associated with a high BMI? So as you can see on your screen, these are the different health risks associated with high BMI. I've highlighted in red the most common health risks seen with people of high BMI. So that ends our mini lecture on BMI. I hope you learned something about BMI. So you have your BMI values with you and you know where you stand. Either you're okay or not okay. So that is our health status now. As I've said, fitness now will be our capacity or capability to move from being not okay to okay. So if we know our status, whether we are underweight or overweight, then we know the concrete steps to take to go back to okay, which is our normal weight given the BMI. All right, so I will now be sharing with you my journey on how I successfully tried to reach normal BMI. So here's my story. So this started it all. This documentary, That Sugar Film, was my eye opener. So if you have time, you can try to watch this film and see if it can give you some insights on the effects of sugar in our body. So I'm a type of person that cold turkey works best. So after watching this film, the following day I immediately cut all my sugar intake. And let me share with you what happened in the next 60 and 6 months after I cut sugar from my diet. Here we go. So this is how I looked like at the start of my health and fitness journey. This was taken last June 2017, and as per my weight, I was 75 kilos, and computing it, I got a BMI of 26.1. And looking at the chart of Asians for 26.1 BMI, I was classified class 1 obese. So June 2017, after watching the documentary of That Sugar Film, right after watching the movie, the following day I cut sugar from all my intakes. On July 2017, my weight then was 70.8 kilograms. So computing my BMI, I got a BMI of 24.5, which is classified as pre-obese. So I said to myself, hey, this seems to be working. So let's continue it for the next 30 days. Okay, so after 30 days, August 2017, this is how I look like. And I weighed 67.8 kilos. My BMI was 23.4. So I continued and continued until December. And December 2017, this is how I look like. So I weighed 63.5 kilograms. My BMI was 21.9. I have reached my normal weight. So if you look at it, the first month of cutting sugar, I lost 4.2 kilos. The following month, I lost 3 kilos. I was just guessing that the first few months I was losing more of water weight than fats. But eventually, August to December, I believe it's more on the losing of fats because for 4 months I lost 4 kilos. So that's a good weight loss of 1 kilogram per month. So that's the result of cutting sugar from my diet in 6 months' time. So I said, hey, it's really working. So I took my blood work when I started cutting sugar, and after 60 days, I had my blood works done so that I have an objective data if my inside also is improving in parallel to what my physical body is showing. So if you look at it, almost all of my measurements went down. The only thing that went up was my HDL cholesterol, which is the good cholesterol. So everything went down. Look at my waist measurement from 33.5, it went down to 31. That's a good 2.5 inches of my waist. And now I'm a size 29. So yeah, I lost a total of 4.5 inches of my waist just by cutting sugar from my diet. But the irony of it all, I am in Bacolod City, and Bacolod is known as the Philippines' capital of sugar. But yeah, I think I have enough discipline in cutting sugar from my diet. But aside from cutting sugar from your diet, the most effective scientific way of losing weight is to go on a calorie deficit. So what is calorie deficit? We will be discussing that in the next video. I have included the link below in the description for you to be able to find out what your BMR is. And you take note of that, and we will be using that in the next video. So if you find this video informative, I would appreciate it if you can click on the like button. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. So once again, thank you for watching this video. Stay healthy, be fit, and keep safe. Bye.